Joseph Heller has some bad news and some good news. If you think the system is crazy, he says, well, you're right, but at least you're sane enough to tell. Since its publication in 1961, Heller's black comedy about men at war made Catch-22 part of our language and turned a soldier named Yossarian into one of the memorable anti-heroes of American literature, and the star of the movie based on the novel. Heller followed Catch-22 with other novels about American culture and politics. Something Happened, God Knows, Good as Gold. This fall, there is a new one. Picture this, as Joseph Heller looks at democracy in the time of Socrates. I talked with Joe Heller at his home in East Hampton, New York. I did stay up until the wee hours reading a second time your novel, Good as Gold, which caused me to laugh out loud at 3 o'clock in the morning, leaning up on the couch. The White House assistant who runs around saying, we're going to tell the truth even if we have to lie to do it. A president who sits up his whole year, first year in office, writing a book about it, doing nothing but writing a book. The assistant who says, we don't want yes men in this administration. We want men of independent integrity who will then agree with everything we decide to do. Why is politics so funny to you?
Almost everything in Good as Gold about politics that is presented with the intention of making a reader laugh is drawn from things that were actually going on almost a daily basis. American politics is funny. There are many things that one could say in criticism of it, and a few things one can say in praise, and one of the things you can say in both praise and criticism is that it is ludicrously funny. What I say in Good as Gold, I say it specifically, is that politics is important to someone like Bruce Gold, is not because of the power so much, but because of the social acceptance, the social prestige. You travel with a better class of people. and as Ralph Newsom says, you'll meet pretty women of all kinds. You get invited to big parties.
Well, I guess it's a good thing then that we look to politics for so much entertainment. I mean, entertainment now dominates the staging of politics.
Well,
public drama.
It's disgusting to realize that there are organizations and specialists who exist in grooming and advising a candidate for office, whether it's a mayorality, a gubernatorial election, or a federal election. And isn't it, they tell them what to wear, how to stand, where to sit, what to say. But isn't it equally disgusting that we know about it? and we're not revolted by that.
It's the soap opera. Politics is the soap opera. And these are the people who are writing the scripts for the soap opera. And we know that we're watching a soap opera, but we watch it and respond to it.
Well, politics for me has become a spectator sport. It has become less and less entertaining for me over the years, so I'm less and less interested in it. I have not voted for perhaps 20 or 25 years. But even as a spectator sport, as I say, like other sports, it's less and less interesting to me. And I feel it's, I've come to a rather cynical belief that has been held by a large number of American conservatives, beginning with the Constitutional Convention and philosophers in Victorian England and in Athens, that there are many illusions incorporated in democratic philosophy. They tend to be very pleasing and satisfying, but they are misleading and they are fantasies. And one of them is that the democratic ideal is even possible, that there is such a thing as participatory democracy. I think one of the illusions we have, and it's very comforting, is that by voting, we are participating in government. I maintain that is a delusion. It is a ritual, a routine. The right to vote, I feel, is indispensable to our contentment. In application, it is absolutely useless.
You say it's a ritualistic routine, but isn't the ritual important to the notion of democracy?
That's where the delusion is, that one's vote matters at all. It doesn't. That the election matters. It doesn't. That the victorious party will be responsive to the wishes of those electing it. That is not true.
I've seen elections where a change, John Kennedy's election, the change of one vote in every precinct in America would have elected Richard Nixon.
We can't guess, but I'm inclined to feel that it's something of a sentimental daydream to believe that things would have been significantly different if John Kennedy had not been assassinated, or if Nixon had won, or if...
It's not cynical, it's fatalistic.
Well,
it's
yeah.
as if our fate is sealed.
Well, after doing this novel Picture This, where I studied history, I've come to the conclusion that men don't make history. I think history makes personalities. There is it's almost Shakespeare, there is a tide in the affairs of men.
My senior paper in history at the University of Texas consisted of one question. Did Lincoln make his times, or did the times make Lincoln? And I started out by saying yes.
To which one?
I think it's both. I think it's both. Why did you go back to ancient Greece? You're so fascinated by American life today, by
well,
politics.
I went back to ancient Greece for this now because I was interested in writing about American life today and about Western civilization today. And in ancient Greece, now centered on Athens, but not Athens in isolation, in Athens, in relation to the other cities of ancient Greece, I found striking parallels and grim parallels.
Grim?
Oh, very grim, extremely grim. In the war between Sparta and Athens.
Peloponnesian War?
Yeah, I can see a prototype for the Cold War between this country and Russia. From the beginning of the defeat over Hitler to the near war between Russia and the U.S., I make, if it's not there, I certainly make the correspondence between Athens and Sparta. In Picture This, the subject is not war so much, although wars are continuous in American history. One of the lines I like in Picture This is the one that I have where, following a series of statements, that peace on earth would mean the end of civilization as we know it. But between Athens and now, war is continuing.